holy shit, I'm here. And this is not even an episode. You know how people come on and they're like, this is not a test. Well, this is a fucking test. And I'm literally just testing this equipment out. But I figured I'd come on here and make use of me testing the equipment out. I've been wanting to do more. More with this channel. How's this sound? More with this channel. Here, we'll talk into here. No, I don't even know. What about that? I don't know. I don't know if that is doing anything. Anyway, I've been wanting to do more with this channel. As far as like live streams, more posting more content. And I don't even know what the fuck. I've thought about maybe doing like video journals, but then I think about it and I'm like, well, that's a vlog, but I also want a vlog, but my life is really boring. And then if I'm gonna do a video journal, then I might as well make this a podcast episode. And I want to do daily content is the point that I'm trying to bring forth. Whether that's going live every day, or posting something every day on the channel. That's what I want to do. And I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to do it. And I'm pretty excited about it. The last time I popped in on a solo episode, I have so many people that I'm in contact with that are going to be on the podcast. But I still don't have enough interviews, obviously. I'm not Joe Rogan. I don't have enough interviews for a daily interview. So, but I do want to make the podcast daily. Or see if I can at least make it daily. It's going to be a lot, though. It's going to be a whole lot. And like, what the fuck am I going to talk about? You know, and on the in-betweens when I don't have interviews and stuff. But I'm trying to figure it all out. Trying to figure out the vision. Trying to figure out what exactly it is I would like to portray with this channel and everything that I'm trying to do. And right now, I'm in a good spot creatively. I feel as though the creative juices are flowing, and I've reached some stressors, you know, financial stressors, and trying to figure out the school situation. I decided that I want to go into psychology. That's really what I want to do. Maybe become a school counselor or a psychologist or something like that. That is where my passions lie. And I feel as though that's where my passions have always lied. But I picked nursing because it was lucrative. And I'm going to be not that it wouldn't be something that I would find fulfillment in, or find not that it wouldn't be something that I would love doing, because I'm a very helpful person. I'm always out trying to help people and stuff like that. But I'm very interested in learning about the human body. I'm very interested in learning about how the human body works. I love anatomy and physiology. The science portion of nursing is my shtick. And I finally figured that word out. Thank you, Michelle, for gifting me the word that I've been looking for the last couple of weeks. It's shtick. My shtick is science. I fucking love biology. But at the same time, what I've always been interested in, and it shines through in my choices of documentary. It shines through in my book, my reading choices. It shines through in the videos that I watch on YouTube and the things that I'm interested in. It's psychology, how the human mind works, how we can look at this. If you look at this podcast, you can see the pattern that even though I'm talking about different subjects, all of them are rooted in mindfulness, the mind, and how you mindset and how you think and how we react to certain things. That's my shtick. I'm gonna continue to use that is just, that's my new favorite word, is shtick. That's what it is. My shtick is the mind, and the mind is psychology. The mind is that, how the brain works and how the mind works, and consciousness and all. That's what I've always been passionate about. That's what I've always wanted to learn about, and what I've always read about on my own, on my leisure. Science is amazing. I love science. I love learning. I love learning new shit, so yeah, so I think more so than anything, yes, the human body is very fascinating to me, but my passion has always lied with psychology and the mind and mindfulness and positive thinking and self-help and stuff like that, and I feel like switching my major to psychology is probably the best thing that I can do. And you guys are watching this fucking shit show train wreck happen right before your eyes. And it's not derailing. I'm kind of re-railing onto a new path, I guess. The path I should have always been on. I was following the dollar sign. The way I figured it was, I was in a bad place, man. I was in a place of, my ex had just left me for somebody who had a career. And at the time, I didn't have a career. I still don't have a career. I would love to make this my career. That's what I'm trying to do, while also getting an education. And I feel like the education can only help this career that I'm trying to pursue. Getting an education in psychology can only help this podcast. It can help me understand guests better. It can help me give better advice to you guys. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's just an all-around better path, right? But when I chose nursing out of desperation, that I was choosing a career that my ex would look at me and be proud of. That my ex would look at me and be like, oh, you know what? That is practical. She's picking something that when she gets out of college, she's going to make money right off the bat. Psychology is not guaranteed. You're not, as a psychologist or a therapist, you're not guaranteed to be making bank, at least $80,000 a year out the gate. With nursing in New York, you are. Absolutely. You're guaranteed a job. You're guaranteed money. You're guaranteed good money. And so I was following that because I figured, you know what? That would probably be the best path for me. I'm interested enough in the human body, in helping people. That's my shtick. Count how many times I say shtick in this podcast. Somebody. I'm interested enough in that. So, okay, fine. Let me do that. And I guess it was just me kind of convincing myself that that's what I was passionate about. But realistically, I'm passionate about helping people. What I'm passionate about learning is and what I've always been passionate about is the mind. Before I decided I wanted, to jump into nursing school, I was looking at becoming a school counselor. I was looking at becoming a psychologist, a child psychologist, a counseling psychologist, some sort of psychology degree. And then you would Google Glassdoor. You would go on Glassdoor, or you would go on Indeed, and you would look at the salaries of psychologists compared to the salaries of nurses and nurse practitioners. And clearly, if you're going by salary, you're going to go for nursing or nurse practitioner. But to me, it's like, well, you know what? I want to follow what I'm interested in. I want to follow and learn something that I'm going to not just enjoy learning, but literally be fucking passionate about learning and passionate about utilizing that knowledge for other people, to help other people, you know? And nursing is a wonderful fucking profession to be in, and I commend it, and maybe eventually down the road I'll want to go back to it, but for right now I want to get my degree in psychology. I do. The human mind, psychology. And I kind of have always known this. This isn't some sort of epiphany that I've just literally come to. I feel as though quarantine kind of put me back back in line with my dreams and my aspirations, kind of set me back on the path. And like, it's not the path that people want me to be on. Everybody looks at nursing and they're like, yeah, that's the profession. That's the profession because it's guaranteed money. I don't care about guaranteed money. If I cared about guaranteed money, I'd be in a clinical right now for nursing school. If I cared about I wouldn't be here in front of this camera, in front of this microphone right now talking to you guys if I cared about guaranteed money, you know? Right now I'm financially I'm not hurting, but I'm also not in a financial situation where I have guaranteed money. So I'm financially stressing, you know, as we all do, like, oh shit, how am I going to make ends meet for this and that, and the holidays coming up and whatever, you know what I mean? And if I take a second semester off, which, spoiler alert, I might have to do because I'm trying to transfer into a new school for their applied psychology program. I'm literally in the process of doing it as we speak. Like, literally, I'm looking at my computer screen right now and I'm looking at the application. And this school, for the spring 2021 semester, the applied psychology program is closed. So I might take a second semester off and just double down on this even more, depending on how it goes. And then enter into the psychology program in the fall. There's a lot of figuring out. It's a lot of figuring out. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? I've already bought, literally, guys, I bought every single textbook that I needed for this coming nursing semester that I decided last minute to drop. So I've already put so much money and obviously energy and time into nursing. I am literally right now, if y'all think that I'm okay, I'm fucking shitting my pants. I'm shitting my fucking pants. You know, that's where I'm at right now. Every time I walk into my room and I see the unopened box that has a textbook in it, I literally have a pit in my stomach because I paid money for it, but I'm probably not going to pursue it ever. You know? And like, it's one of those situations where you almost get mad at yourself because it's like, why didn't you just listen to your inner fucking voice? And I know that everything happens for a reason, you know, quarantine happened for a reason. All of this has happened for a reason, you know. Had quarantine not happened, I wouldn't have started the TikTok. I wouldn't have gained a following on TikTok, started this podcast, and even have come to this realization. So everything had to happen for a reason, and I get it. I chose nursing before I chose psychology, or I ended up choosing nursing and going for nursing before I chose to go for psychology for a fucking reason. I don't know what the reason is. And there are moments, and if I'm being real, there are moments I'm like, I'm fucking 31 years old. I should have my shit together. You know, and I know a lot of you guys are going to look at this and be like, age doesn't matter. You know, like there are people who go to medical school or go back to school at fucking 50 because that's what they've been engineers all their lives, making really good money, but they never really wanted to do it, you know. So at 50, they decide they're going to go back to school. You know what I mean? But I feel as though at 31, at this point in my life, and I'm not trying to get down on myself, but at 31, at this point in my life, I still live with my mother, like, there's all of these things that I feel I should have and I should have accomplished by now that I haven't. And I know that I'm trying to tell myself it's for a higher purpose. There are so many fucking people out there right now, including my mother, who's in the other room, who think that I'm fucking crazy and think that the only person in my life that is like out, besides you guys, besides the supporters and my followers, the only person in my life personally that is looking at me like I'm here 100%, no fucking qualms, no nothing, looking at me like, do this, you are on the right path, is Brittany. Like, legit. She's the only one. And I mean, my friends support me and stuff like that, but Brittany is like unconditionally supportive, to the point where she's like, no, you have to do this. And if you have to take a second semester off, you have to do it, and you'll figure it out. And like, first of all, I've never had that before, but second of all, it's discouraging because everybody else in my life is kind of looking at me like, you sure? My mother's still like, oh, I wish she would just go for, a psych nurse. But I've already said, I don't want to be a nurse anymore. And I've been afraid to just outwardly say that. I've been so afraid to just fucking speak my own truth. It's like coming out of the closet all over again, So there are things in life that we still have to come out of the closet about, and it's not always being gay or bisexual or pansexual, whatever it is. It's not always about sexuality. I have to come out of the closet and let everybody know and be real with myself. I don't want to be a nurse. And I should have known this from the beginning, and I knew it from the beginning, but I fucking didn't listen to my inner self. And then I had a family member who sat there and was like, she's a nurse, and she was like, please pick another profession. Not that I think you would do bad at it, but whatever. She's like, but as a nurse, I promise you don't want to be a nurse. It's really tough. You won't always have time for your family and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, but money. Like, literally, I was like, but yeah, I'll get out of college, and right from college, I'll be making $80,000 a year, and I was stuck on that because we live in a fucking society where the dollar sign that you make per year defines who the fuck you are. But you know what? I'd rather be a psychologist, a struggling psychologist, or I'd rather be a counselor making 40, 50, 60 grand a year, loving what I do, than a nurse making 80, 90, 100 grand a year, not necessarily loving it, maybe liking it, but being really stressed out by it, not being passionate about it. And this is nothing against the nurses out there. The nursing profession is a beautiful, it takes a special ass type of person to be a nurse, genuinely. And I know that I am that special type of person, that I could do it, but it's not something that I'm fucking passionate about. And I know that, and I've always known that. This is not an epiphany. I have always known that nursing is not the profession that I should be choosing. Deep within, it's something I've always known. School counseling, a psychologist of some sort, a counselor of some sort, that's the profession that I should have always gone for. But when I went and I compared salaries, it was like, oh, I could have, a better life, quote unquote, but money doesn't always make a better life. What I mean? What good is 80 grand, 90 grand a year if you're not happy making it? I'd rather struggle and live in a fucking box and do what I love doing and be passionate about what I'm passionate about and do what I'm passionate about and help people in the process than make $500,000 a year doing something that I'm not necessarily passionate about. And that's where I'm at right now. And it's a lot of changes, and y'all are witnessing yet another fucking crossroads in my life. But this is my final decision, because I feel as though this is plan A. Right here, what you're listening to, what you're watching on YouTube, this is plan A. It's always been plan A. Music, social media, being a public speaker, that's always been what I wanted to do. When I was a kid, I would ask for microphones every single year for Christmas, because not only did I want to sing into those microphones, and I did, and I would put on shows for my family members and stuff like that, but I would walk around my house, and I distinctly remember this. I would walk around my house with the microphone, like literally the way that I'm doing right now. If you're watching me on the video, I would walk around my house with the microphone and pretend that I was a newscaster, or pretend that I was, a talk show host or something like that, And I mean, obviously, when I was fucking 5, 6, podcasts didn't exist, but it's full circle. This whole thing, this is my dream. This is what I'm going to work my fucking ass off and die trying to do. But if I go back to school to supplement my education, to better that, to give myself a better chance or better knowledge on a subject that I obviously am passionate about talking about, then why the fuck not? Education's not a bad thing at all. And so that's where I'm at. And this is a very quick episode. My camera just died. Perfect timing. This is a very quick episode, but I wanted to give y'all an update about where I'm at. So I guess this is episode 22. Jeez. All these impromptu episodes. If y'all have ideas or suggestions of what you want to see, do you want me to be live streaming every day? Do you want me to post every day a vlog, or just switch it up? Maybe every Wednesday I do a fucking live stream. And then the rest of the days of the week, or I'm going to try and be posting every single day on this channel. When I say try, I mean try, because I'm already fucking overwhelmed with shit. But anyway, if you're still listening, the secret word for this episode is shtick. And also, somebody count how many times I said it in this episode. Let me know. And the first person to give the correct answer will get a free decal, a Tories Tribe decal, because I have a bunch that I want to give away. Anyway, I love you guys very much. That's where I'm at right now. It's an update. I hope everybody's having a wonderful week, and y'all see me tomorrow. All right. Peace out, everybody.